That storm was crazy. That's the track where our boat went all last night and yesterday and this morning,
Yeah. So we just got a marine warning for thunderstorms and water spouts, which isn't great. Wow, nice job! Hi, we're Jen, Elliot, and Ollie. In 2019, we left the United States and backpacked through 11 countries, all before deciding to come back home and try something completely new, pivoting into boat life. Our current adventure is America's Great Loop, a 6,000-mile journey through small towns, big cities, and the wilderness from the eastern portion of the United States, through the Great Lakes and Canada, and down the Midwest rivers, all aboard our home on the water, Pivot. Make sure you subscribe as we share our journey through the highs, lows, and everything in between.
Good morning, we are here in Dustin Beach in an anchorage called Joe's Bayou. That storm was crazy. And I think the residual swell from it is just making Pivot go like kinda nuts. The sun is just not coming out, so I'm gonna go take out Ollie and then we'll head out. The dinghy is flooded. There's like 6 inches of water in there.
Elliot upgraded to using a bucket because it was so much water in there. Ay, ay, ay.
Go ahead. Oops. I still can't get over how clear the water is. Look at that. That is like crystal clear. Probably what, like 4 feet deep, 5 feet deep?
You can see pretty clearly that the storm went that way and we have blue skies coming.
Black now.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It really dug in.
Yeah.
That's why we love our M1 Mantis anchor. We nicknamed it Agnes for a good night's sleep. We probably had gusts of like 30 plus knots, maybe 35 this morning, and I wasn't worried about it at all, and it held tight. That's the track where our boat went all last night and yesterday and this morning,
Yeah. Today we are cruising through Tahachi Bay, which is a fairly large bay, not anywhere near the size of the Chesapeake Bay or anything like that. But we did choose a weather window that we wanted to just be very comfortable with. It's like a moderate weather window today. And we have the wind coming from our back, so it's giving us a little bit of an extra boost. And we're getting a little bit of even more extra boost because the tide is rising. So we are going with the current, which is awesome. So we're seeing about 7.2 knots, which is excellent for Pivot.
Coast Guard has received a report of a dense fog advisory from the National Weather Service impacting coastal waters.
So We just got a marine warning for thunderstorms and water spouts, which isn't great. In the area that we are in, that is sunny. However, that doesn't mean a whole lot because ahead of us is a little grayish, behind us is a little grayish. So we're gonna keep an eye out, continue as we're comfortable. They did mention that Tahachi Bay is in the region of like where they're talking about, so we're just gonna do our best. It's all we can do.
Keep marching on and never give up. I'll be right there if you get stuck. There's no way to know how it's gonna end, but I've got a feeling we're gonna win.
We just made our final turn of Tahachi Bay. And so now we're kind of in a section that like will have a lot more protection from the wind because the wind's coming from the west today. And I was kind of wondering, will we have a lot of fetch given the direction and orientation of Tahachi Bay? And so far we haven't had that much fetch, although I'm not sure if it's because one, the winds are pretty like decent today, or if it's because we chose a time whenever the wind had turned, so it went from south to west. And so like the wind had just started from the west whenever we started cruising. It's the way it is now. But we have quite a bit of protection now for a last little bit of stretch on the Tahachi Bay. Hi there, good morning. They're huge. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Wow, nice job. Whoa, wow. Without a doubt, this is my favorite part about being back in saltwater, the dolphins. It always brings such a big smile to my face. And I don't know what the reason is, but the dolphins on the Gulf Coast so far have been spending so much more time with us on the boat. On the East Coast, they maybe spend like maybe a minute, 30 seconds, and here it's like 5-10 minutes. They're just cruising along, enjoying life. It is phenomenal. It is such a special thing to like be cruising with dolphins. This never gets old. We are almost done with Tahachi Bay, and as we are coming into the next section, which is a canal, there's a green marker where a red marker should be, so it's very deceiving. And so it's just another way that the Great Loop and looping keeps you on your toes because you're never in familiar waterways. Once we passed the last bridge, which is like Clyde B. Wells Bridge, it was a little confused seas right before the bridge, but then after the bridge and this like final little stretch of the bay, it's been very calm. It's not like glass by any means, but it's just really calm cruising, which is nice. And now we are about to enter into some canal.
It feels like we're in a totally different area of Florida from 5 minutes ago. In Tahachi Bay and now in this canal. And it's like we're surrounded by old Florida, which is all these, I guess, sycamore stumps. All these like pine trees, kind of the marshland. It's just beautiful. Old Florida really is really beautiful. And this region, we've only been up here a couple times before, never on the boat, but just really enjoyed hiking up here. It's just really cool. A lot of history up here too.
So we have breakfast. I made us 2 omelets with some avocado because I'm cleaning out the fridge. But unfortunately, I lost a fork. It went down the same scupper that our 2 fuel caps have gone down.
The only one on the boat. No other scupper we've lost something.
Yeah, so there goes a fork. Now from 4 forks, now we're down to 3. So there's that. It is what it is. You never quite know what you're gonna get. There's a washing machine and a grill on the side of this canal.
Just like that, the canal is finished and we're entering the bay. There's like a South Bay and North Bay, all here around Panama City. And we just realized, it's kind of obvious, but we just realized we have to go down an inlet, not fully out, but down an inlet. And I hope it's not as bad as it's forecasted out there, which is 6-foot swell with all the storms we had this morning and such. So.
Here's a change. It might take a minute, but you'll be okay. Here's the sky for the pie.
Our Dolphin Alert found them before we did. What is it, Ollie? Whoa! Hello! How's it going? Hi! Ollie's doing her job.
I love it. My last meal as part of our clean out the fridge is some tofu and vegetable stir fry. So I fried up some tofu, I stir fried some veggies together. All of our veggies were kind of on their last limb. They were all kind of wilted, but that's okay. Put it with some rice, cleaning out the fridge. The fridge is looking really, really good. So I turned off the fridge earlier today and I'm going to defrost the fridge because right now we can't open our freezer compartment to our fridge. So that's telling me that we need to do this thing. So after realizing a bit earlier that we were going to be turning right essentially at the inlet to get into the marina that we have scheduled for tonight, we wanted to go to this marina because that's where a ton of our looper friends are at. I checked on Nebo for who's there, and then I ended up phoning a friend and asking just some advice for the inlet. And I asked a gold looper and they said because the wind is coming from the west to the east that it's actually the best direction for us and that we should be okay. So if the swell was coming, or if the wind was coming from the south, then that would be a bit more challenging for us. So fingers crossed we have a positive experience, because that's what I would love, but we'll see.
We'll see together.
Yeah.
Inside, hand to mouth, I secret whispers of a
The
dream.
bays right here around Panama City Beach are pretty large. Not as big as Tahachi coming in, and I don't know if it's because the wind has gotten worse, but it's quite a bit windier out here. We're also a lot less protected in the canal, but we are pretty close to our destination, only about 7 nautical miles, so just about an hour. We're going about a knot and a half slower after coming to the inlet side, which means now we are going against the current. The current here on the Gulf is not as frequently changing as the East Coast. It only changes about once per day. So you kind of have the same tide all day. Today it was a rising tide, and since we're coming closer to the inlet, we are going to be going against the rising tide, but we had it with us for miles and miles and miles, which was fantastic. There's the Gulf of Mexico right there. The inlet is not too bad right now, not too bad. Cross my fingers it stays that way. We are kind of getting back into the channel. We did a little shortcut right here, and then we're taking a hard turn to starboard to come into Grand Lagoon Bay, and that is where the marina that we're going to tonight is. And this marina has so many looper discounts, which is fantastic. So we're gonna get fuel, and we're gonna stay at least one night, maybe two. We shall see. Kind of wild. There's like a super narrow channel, and it looks like the rest of the water is actually the side that you're supposed to cruise on, but you're not. You're gonna be coming within 50 feet of the beach. Nuts. And I guess there was a boat in the past that thought that this wide open water had enough depth, but they didn't, and now they're sunk. No bueno.
We have a beach to our left and the marker to our right. It's pretty tight.
running the bend in the Payo Marina, and like so many of our friends on Nebo said, watch this marker, hug these markers, don't leave the channel, which is very nice and very kind, so thank you. And we are going to do just that. We are going to stay right in the middle of the channel and follow it all the way to the fuel dock, and we need fuel, and then we'll have them tell us where to go.
And we are filling up on fuel, which is very convenient, but even better so is that they have a great looper discount. So this is very affordable fuel that we're getting, which is awesome. If you're interested in learning more about what our expenditures are on the Great Loop, we record all of our Great Loop expenditures and put them on our website. They're organized by month, and you can check it out at this link here.
Not bad. Now that we are into the marina, we're gonna go enjoy some looper docktails, which we haven't had in a long time. They're gonna be discussing the crossing, which will be good. There's a lot of loopers here, and a lot of loopers are ready to cross the Gulf, so we'll have a lot of friends to cross with. Yeah.
And the kids moved away, and she's done.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you're subscribed for us continuing the loop tomorrow as we leave Panama City Beach and continue cruising. Let's go! Continue on the loop! The loop! The loop! The loop is on calling! Dance like you've never got home alone.
So we just made our turn into the second half, I think, maybe last third of Tahachi. We just made our final turn into this section of Tahachi Bay. Tahachi. We just made our final turn into Tahachi.
Tahachi.
We are almost done with the Tahachi Bay. No. We are almost. That's the marker that's like way off. That should be on the other side. Hey, get down. 2 paws. Ollie, down. Off. Off.
I think it's good. All good.
Sweet.
When in doubt, just slow down.
Yeah. Good job.
Oh my God! There's 4 of them!
Dolphin!
5!
Dolphin!
There's 5!
Ruining his handiwork.
I don't even think he did it right. It is about 10 o'clock at night. I have my hot bowl of water that I stick into the empty fridge. Look at that empty fridge. This is all the food that was in there. Not very much. And I'm waiting for the ice to go down so I can clean it and then put it back on and turn it on.
And if you're wondering what Ollie's up to,
Oh, she's napping because of all that dolphin chasing she did today.
you wanna go get the dolphin?
The
Dolphin?
dolphins?